Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in this market or to just learn from the market. But first, let me give my disclaimer, y'all. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. But if you could please like, share, subscribe, y'all. We learn and we grow together. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at AMD. We closed at 159.79, and as you can see, we found support here at 160.07, right? So where are the trouble places? Back to the upside again. I look at support and resistance on a smaller scale. Why? Because when I'm in the trade, I kind of want to know where my possible trouble places are or could be, right? So back to the upside, 160.24, breaking that 160.39. Should we break that? 160.58, breaking that 160.75 again here at 161.02. And should we break that for AMD today? 161.34 could be a trouble place for us. Now breaking that, we could possibly have trouble again here at 161.61. Something stopped us in this area here, so breaking that, we could possibly have trouble again at 161.97. And breaking that brings us back to 162.32. Should we break that, we could possibly have trouble again, 162.53. So those are possible areas of resistance to the upside for AMD. Now to the downside, let's say we are losing support here at 160.07. Should we come back to the 159.87? There's a few layers of support here, so we're going to use that ATR trailing stop, that 159.76. Should we break that area, which is kind of like where we were here, should we break that 159.76, we could possibly come back to 159.52. Something stopped us here and here, so if we should break this, the next level I have is 159.18, and breaking that 158.95. Should we break that, we can use that 200 EMA as of now at that 158.70, and breaking that level 158.50, breaking that for AMD, the next level 158.23. So if AMD is something that you trade today, I say it often, y'all, trade carefully, mark your levels, and once it goes against your why or whatever reason you got in the trade, get out, live to trade another day, right? So we are now looking at Meta. We closed at 765.16, and it seems like it was trading in this little gathering spot here. Support was around, or is around, the 767.11. Resistance 768.50, breaking that back to the upside 769.50. Y'all see that's a line we have, and a 50 EMA. Now breaking that, the next ATR trailing stop is here around the 770.49 area. Should we break that for Meta today? 771.38, 771.93. We can use that 200 EMA right as of now, 772.74, and breaking that level 773.22. Should we break that for Meta? 774.03, which is here in this area here. Now breaking that brings us back to the 775.96, which brings us back to this area. So breaking that 775.96 for Meta today, 777.34, and breaking that 778.43. Should we break that? 779.87 and 780.60. Now breaking the 780.60, the next level, we can use this here. I'm going to mark that right here at the 781.88, and breaking that, we could possibly have trouble again at the 782.71. So something stopped us here, and then it was the next level will be here at the 782.71. So breaking that 782.71, 784.28 could be a rejection area for Meta. Now let's look to the downside. For say we break under the 767.11, have 766.65, which is not far away. Breaking that brings us back to the 765.88. 765.03. Now breaking that 765.03 area, let's see, 765, yes, 765.88, 765.03. We can come back to around the 760 664.97, and breaking that brings us back to 764.27. Breaking that brings us back to 763.50. And should we break that for Meta, 762.84, and breaking that 761.69. Keep in mind we could very well get stopped out anywhere in between that. So if Meta is something that you trade today, y'all, I said often trade carefully. Let's look at NVIDIA just to see where we are today. We closed at 183.61, and as you can see right now, price looks like we found support. We can say here 180, 172. Resistance we know is around the 182.14. We can use that 5 EMA also. So we are under the 5 as of now. Where are the trouble places? We would need to get back above again that 182.14, breaking that 182.56. Should we break that? 182.93, 183.30, breaking that 183.74, and again at 183.92. Those are possible areas of resistance for NVIDIA. Now back to the downside. There's a few layers of support here. The ATR trail and stop, a level that I have marked. I'm going to see if I can make that yes. The ATR trail and stop here, a level that I have marked is right where that 50 EMA is as of right now, which is that 181.42. I have 181.40. The 50 EMA is at the 181.25. Really close, right? So breaking this brings us back to, we've broken through a few layers of support. So 181.07 and then 180.78. Breaking that 180.31. Should we break that? 180.12, not far away. Under that level, 179.93, 179.74, 179.51, 179.35. And again here at 179.16, breaking the 179.16 today for Meta, 178.86. And should we break that, 178.58, breaking that brings us back to 178.25. Those are possible areas of support. And I said Meta, it is NVIDIA. Those are possible areas of support for NVIDIA. It would not surprise me to see us back at the 177.79. And y'all see that is the 200 EMA right at a level that we have marked here. I like to see that. Again, not financial advice. So we were just reviewing NVIDIA. We do have a few inside day candles today. You know, I like to give those just to give the trigger, meaning if we break beyond this area, this is the possible target, or if we break under this level, this is our possible target. So Carnival Cruise Lines, or CCL, is on the list as an inside day candle. We've already broken through that trigger pre-market, $30.89. As of now, we have made a pre-market high of $31.24. So the target to the upside, we will need to clear back above that. The target to the upside for Carnival Cruise Line today is $31.72. Now to the downside, $30.36. If we break under that, we have a downside target today here at $30.28. Is it possible? Anything is possible, right? So let's see how much CCL normally moves 90 cents per day, y'all, and keep in mind that could be in either direction. So if CCL is something that you trade today, I say trade carefully. Microsoft is also an inside day candle today, so above 517.82, upside target 519.30, under 512.49 today for Microsoft. We have a downside target of 510.39, and as you can see, we have found support as of now at that ATR trailing stop, which is 514.42. We can use that as a support. We can use the moving averages as a resistance as of right now around the 515.44. So this will be the zone that Microsoft is trading in right now. 514.42 as support, 515.44 as resistance. Should we break that, we could possibly have trouble again at that 516.55 area. Breaking that, we could possibly come back to that 517.82. So let's go look and see how much Microsoft normally moves. $7.73 per day. That is the ATR, which is the average true range for Microsoft. And keep in mind, y'all, that could be in either direction. Now, Netflix is a double inside day, meaning yesterday it was an inside day candle. Today it is an inside day candle. So Let's see if we should break above the 1229.76. 1229.90 is the target. Now to the downside, under 1214.02, downside target for Netflix is 1207.97, and it seems like it's just trading sideways. And as I like to say, and I like the gathering spot, as of now we can say resistance around 1227.18. Support is here around the 1225.10 area. So that is the zone that it's trading in. It could go in either direction for Netflix today. Let me say that. Let's go see how much Netflix normally move per day. $27.36. That is the ATR, which is the average true range. So if you're trading Netflix today, I said often, y'all trade carefully, right? So let's go and see where we are with the SPY today. We closed at 666.84, seeing the SPY making new highs. Yesterday we made a high of 667.29, right? So it seems to be trading sideways on that consolidation area or the gathering spot, right? So as of now, the trouble places right now, it seems like support is 666.71. We can say resistance possibly 666.97, which is, I'm just going to mark a line here, 666.97, just an area that we've been trading in. Again, I look at it on a smaller scale, right? So should we break that 666.96 or 666.97 area, 667.27 is within reach, or 667.29. That is a tongue twister, right? So those are, and we could very well make new highs, right? Because it seems like we have bounced off of support here, which is kind of like an area that we've been in. Can we make new highs? We very well can. So let's look to the downside for the SPY today. Under 666.30, we have this level 666.12, breaking that 665.85 and breaking that. We can use the ATR trail and stop at 665.45. Should we break that level, 664.98, breaking that 664.55 and breaking that for the SPY today, 664.12. Should we break that, the next level is around the 663.42, and I'm just going to the body where these two candles here met. So somewhere around the 663.41. Should we break that, we can use a 200 EMA. As of now, 663.20. Now breaking that for the SPY, 662.68 could be a support area for us, and breaking that 662.40. And should we break that level, 662.03, and breaking that brings us back to 661.75, which is this area here, that 661.75 from yesterday, right? So what will be interesting is, this candle here, something stopped us down right at a level that we kind of knew we could possibly have trouble, that 661.75. So again, it would not surprise me to see us come back to this area. Again, not financial advice. I said often, y'all, in this market, anything is possible, right? And Tesla gives us that every single day. Tesla does what Tesla does. Yesterday, we bounced off of this 429.51 only to make a high yesterday of 444.90. Tesla closed at 434.21. Where are the trouble places? Support as of now, 438.21. Looks like that ATR trailing stop is our resistance right here at around, let's say, 440.62. The high of this candle here is 440.69. Looks like we got rejected here. So is that going to push us higher, or are we going to come back to the downside, right? So where are the trouble places for Tesla as of now? We would need to get back above the 440.60, 440.70 area. We could possibly have trouble again at 442.29. And should we break that, I'm going to go to where the body of these candles are here. We could possibly have trouble around 444.35. Should we break that area for Tesla, the next level I have is here around the 452.08. But anything can stop us out in this area here, right? So breaking that level, we could possibly have trouble 454.30. Breaking that brings us back to the 459.07. And should we break that, 461.13? Breaking that 461.13, the next level I have is 469.82. But keep in mind, there's, we could very well get stopped out in this area here, anywhere in between, right? So those are resistance areas for Tesla today as of now. And as say it often, y'all. Tesla does what Tesla does, right? So under this level here, 438.42, which puts us under the 5 EMA as of now, we can use that 20 EMA at 437.25. Should we break that? 436.19. Should we break that? 430.454, and under that brings us back to around the 432.22. Breaking that, 429.99. Now what's interesting is there's a few layers of support for Tesla here at that 429.99 area. Let's say that 428.60. Why? Because something stopped us here in this area here. So under that 428.60 will be interesting to watch for me for Tesla today. Again, not financial advice. Breaking that level, we could very well come back to around 427.26 and breaking that 426.43. Y'all see that is where our 200 EMA is as of now, really close to that, right? So that's 426.43, breaking that 425.70, breaking the 425.70, 423.25. Keep in mind there's something that, you know, we can very well get stopped out in this area here. So I would definitely watch this area. Now financial advice, 423.25, breaking that 422.22 and breaking that 421.72. Now breaking that 421.72 area, which is around here, we could possibly come back to 419.71. I say Tesla does what Tesla does, right? So if Tesla is something that you trade today, y'all, I say it often, trade carefully. Now this is what I see when I look at the market. There's so many different ways to trade the market, and what's challenging again is trying to figure out the strategy that works best for you and for you to have the discipline to execute your plan. Let's say that, right? So, and making sure that you have a plan before going into the trade. So I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very productive day today. Again, if you could please like, share, subscribe, y'all. We learn and we grow together. With that being said, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others. Until next time.